Hello and welcome to this Gate 3 training video. In this lesson you will learn how to create budget transfers. For further information and step-by-step instructions, refer to the 5.0 Create Budget Transfers user guide. This video demonstrates how to create a budget transfer. There are several steps required to create a budget transfer. Before we begin the demonstration, I will outline the budget transfer process. The budget transfer process consists of selecting multiple budget lines, identifying the transfer from budget line and the transfer to budget line, and then creating a transaction with the specific cost accounts and allocating the appropriate money into the cost account. Once the transaction is balanced and the transfer from amount is equal to the transfer to amount, the transaction can be locked and then saved by submitting the transaction for review and approval if workflow is applicable. This completes the budget transfer process. Let's begin the demonstration. Ensure a project is selected and navigate to the Budget module. Click the New drop-down menu button. Select the Budget Transfer option from the drop-down list. The new budget transfer document appears. It consists of a main section, Budget Transfer, and 4 subsections, Budget Transfer Summary, Transactions, Comments, and Attachments. Work through the applicable subsections and fill in the necessary information. Let's begin with the first subsection, the Budget Transfer Summary. Enter a budget transfer description. Note the maximum characters allowed is 80. Click the Add More Budget Lines to List button. Select all the applicable budget lines from the pop-up list for the budget transfer by clicking in the checkboxes. Note, only saved and current budget lines will be displayed in the list. Multiple budget lines may be selected. Once you've selected all the budget lines for your budget transfer, then click the Add Budget Lines button. The selected budget lines will be displayed in the Budget Lines Selected area. Click the Add Budget Lines button. The budget transfer document screen will reopen, displaying the selected budget lines that will be used in this budget transfer. Review the selected budget lines. If a budget line has been selected incorrectly, click the trash icon located under the Actions column to remove it. To continue with the budget transfer, it is necessary to first save the new budget transfer document as draft. Click the Save as Draft icon. A confirmation message is displayed on the top of the screen. Note, once a budget transfer document saved as draft, a standard Gate 3 reference number without a version number will be generated automatically by the system for each budget transfer. The budget transfer reference number is a sequential number per project. The budget transfer number is displayed on the top left-hand side of the screen. Now you may proceed with the budget transfer. Click the Edit icon. The draft budget transfer document will open in edit mode, and you may continue the budget transfer process. You must now select the budget line you wish to transfer money from and the budget line you wish to transfer money into, and then allocate the necessary money. Select the budget transfer transaction will be created and appear on the screen. Note, for each budget transfer you can create multiple transactions with a respective transfer from and transfer to budget line as required. However, you can only transfer funds from one budget line into another budget line, one transaction at a time. For the purpose of this demonstration video, in this transaction, I will be transferring money from the stationery and supplies budget line into the concrete reinforcement budget line. I will now walk you through the necessary steps required in order to lock and save the budget transfer transaction. In the Transfer From section, click the Add Cost Account button. Select the applicable cost accounts from the list by clicking in the checkboxes. Note, only cost accounts that have been associated to the budget line will be displayed in the list. multiple cost accounts may be selected. Click the Add Cost Accounts button. The selected cost accounts will be displayed in the Cost Accounts Selected section. To continue, click the Assign Cost Accounts button. The budget transfer document will reopen, displaying the cost accounts that have been selected under the budget line in the Transfer From Transaction section. Review the selected cost accounts. If a cost account has been selected incorrectly, click the trash icon under the Actions column to remove it. Click the Edit link under the Actions column. The Transfer From field box will open. Enter the amount to be transferred from this cost account. Then, click the Apply link under the Actions column. Note, you can't transfer an amount that is greater than the eligible to transfer amount. The system will display the adjusted new total for each budget line after the funds have been applied. Review the amount to be transferred. If it is incorrect, click the Reset button to reset the amount entered to 0. Once the funds from the Transfer From Transaction section have been applied, the next step is to add cost accounts to the Transfer To Transaction section. Let's repeat the steps. Click the Add Cost Account button. Select the cost account. Click the Add Cost Accounts button. Review and ensure the correct cost account has been selected from the list. Click the Assign Cost Accounts button. The budget transfer document will reopen, displaying the cost accounts that have been selected under the budget line in the Transfer To Transaction section. Review the selected cost accounts. If a cost account has been selected incorrectly, click the trash icon under the Actions column to remove it. Otherwise, click the Edit link under the Actions column to continue with the budget transfer. The Transfer To field box will open. Enter the amount to be transferred into this cost account. Then click the Apply link under the Actions column. Once the Transfer From and Transfer To amounts balance within the transaction box, the green checkmark icon will appear. This indicates the budget transfer transaction is balanced and it may now be locked and saved. Click the Lock button. A confirmation message appears on the top of the screen, and an automatic system-generated transaction number will be assigned to each transaction within the budget transfer document. The transaction number will be displayed at the top of each transaction section, as well as the transaction summary section of the budget transfer document. The budget transfer transaction may not be locked if it is not balanced. A red X icon will appear if the transaction does not balance. Note, only one transaction box may be unlocked at a time. Budget transfer specific comments can be entered in the comment section. Any necessary or supporting attachments can be uploaded into the system by clicking the Add Attachments button under the Attachments section. To continue with the budget transfer process, once the budget transfer transaction has been locked and all the document subsections have been filled in, it may be submitted for approval if an approval workflow is applicable. Click the Submit icon. Note, a budget transfer may not be submitted for approval if no Transfer From and Transfer To transactions exist. In order to submit a transfer, all the transactions within the budget transfer must be locked. A confirmation message will be displayed on the top of the screen, indicating the budget transfer has been saved and, if applicable, has been submitted for review and approval. The document status will change from draft to under review. The budget transfer document may not be updated, modified, nor deleted once it has been submitted for review and approval. This summarizes how a budget transfer is created and how the budget transfer review workflow is initiated by submitting the budget transfer document for review. The budget transfer view displays all budget transfers, draft, active, and under review. To access the budget transfer view, navigate to the Budget module home screen. Click the View drop-down menu button. Select the Budget Transfer View from the drop-down list. All the budget transfers are displayed. Use the filter columns to search and locate the applicable budget transfer. Click the Open link under the Actions column to preview the budget transfer document. Only draft budget transfers may be placed in edit mode. This concludes the demonstration. In this lesson, you have developed the skills to create a budget transfer by selecting multiple budget lines, identifying the transfer from budget line and the transfer to budget line, and then creating a transaction with the specific cost accounts and allocating the appropriate money into the cost accounts, and then locking and saving and submitting the transaction. This completes the budget transfer process. For further information and step-by-step instructions, please refer to the 5.0 Budget Transfer User